Stories of Great Christians. We are bringing you transcribed from the radio studios of the Moody Bible Institute in Chicago, Chapter 8 in Beautiful Upon the Mountains, the story of John and Isobel Kuhn.
Civilians not to enter gate of General Song.
Please, I'd like to request a special audience with the General.
To unknown name, please.
That one is missionary lady.
Mrs. John Kuhn from the China Inland Mission. I want to ask the General for permission to meet my husband in Baosan.
Only he travels who has special permit. Goodbye.
I want a permit from the General. Please, may I make an appointment with him?
General is general for soldiers, not missionaries.
Please ask the General if I can see him.
To remain at gate. General Song is busy man.
I'd like to ask him myself.
So sorry, missionary lady. General Song cannot give permit. General Song cannot give missionary time for asking.
Yongsimu, to lean head on pillow. A soft brush on my head, smooth away all headache.
Maybe, Eva.
There.
Oh, my head aches so.
Feel good?
Yes and no. It seems as if everything at once. John off there. Not sure whether Kathy's been sent to the States.
Oh, Yongsimu, lie still.
Those awful soldiers. Eva, they looked at me like they thought I was, I don't know, old and ugly and not much of anything.
Oh, Yongsimu.
If I could only have looked better, things might have gone differently. But every decent thing I own is off in Baosan. Listen, somebody's at the door.
To lie still. Yongsimu, to lie still. Yes, sir. Yes. I tell. No? Oh? Yongsimu, come quick.
Yes, what do you want?
Mrs. John Kuhn?
I'm Mrs. Kuhn. What can I do for you?
General Song's office dispatched me to your door with this word. To inform Mrs. Kuhn that General Song has telephoned to Baosan with official request to send John Kuhn directly to Tal.
The General? He has? Oh, my goodness. When? Why?
Mr. Kuhn will arrive soon. General Song's office handles all transportation. Good evening.
Eva, did you hear that? Do you realize...
Yongsimu. Oh, Yongsimu.
And thus, Mr. and Mrs. Kuhn, when the Japanese were checked at the Sawin Bridge on the Burma Road, they traveled north and attempted a crossing there. The tribespeople living in that area received them and helped them substantially.
Well, General, people are just people to the Lisu. Japanese, Chinese, they wouldn't see any difference.
It is most imperative for this difference to be explained. We're aware of this now. We also know we cannot do this unless we speak the language of these Earth people. Here in the cities, we've always called the Lisu Earth people. They are, somewhat earthy.
That's why we love them.
Mrs. Kuhn, would you care for more tea? The American woman would like more tea.
Thank you.
In our search for men to speak the Lisu language, we turned first to the Sawin feudal lairds.
Well, that was logical enough. The territory's been under a feudal system for years. What happened?
We've had some bad experiences with the feudal lairds.
So did we. I can define our problem in just one word. Opium.
Yeah, that's the key to everything up there.
Every one of the feudal lairds we contacted was completely and hopelessly addicted. Half of each day is spent with an opium pipe.
That's all some of them live for.
Making them unreliable, unresponsive, and useless for our purposes as go-betweens. Thus, Mr. Kuhn, we turn to you. We're desperate for your help. I put it to you. Will you go back to the Lisu tribespeople, explain the Chinese cause to them, and enlist their friendship for the Chinese nationalist government.
Back to the mountains?
I will guarantee your safety, Mrs. Kuhn.
My wife didn't mean that.
A military escort directly to your former home. It was Oak Flat Village.
Yes.
You'll go back in missionary status, of course. But you will be officially protected by the title of advisor to the nationalist guerrilla colonel in charge of the Pien Ma Pass district. What answer can you give me, Mr. Kuhn? Mrs. Kuhn, are you willing to go back to the Lisu mountain people?
And behold, I am with thee, and will keep thee in all places whither thou goest, and will bring thee again into this land.
We've got one more day, Belle. Just one more.
I couldn't last much longer. Tomorrow I'll be home, John. I'm soaked to the skin now, and I'm sore from riding. But tomorrow I'll sit down in my own quiet bedroom, and I'll look out at the ravine in the morning, and I'll hear the birds singing their songs in the afternoon. I'll look across and see those great mountains glowing in the sunset, and I'll be home, John. After 6 months, I'll be home. And, oh Lord, you've taught me lesson after lesson. I didn't like to travel, and I didn't like change, and you made me travel, and you made me change, too. I wanted to possess everybody I loved, and you took them away until I learned. And now, Lord, you're bringing me home, and I'll be surrounded by all the familiar sights and things, and, oh, thank you, Lord.
Belle, you knew the refugee missionaries had to stay in our house here?
Nobody told them they could use my tablecloths, John. They changed my pictures. That one used to hang right by the bookcase.
I guess they never thought we'd be back here to live at Oak Flat.
Why? Who gave them the right to think that?
Belle, you can straighten things out.
This is my home, and where are my dishes with the daisies?
Tomorrow, Belle. I'll help you.
Oh, John, my green pitcher, the handle and the spout all cracked. Oh, John.
Belle. I can't understand you. You've been through so much. Awful danger. You've been so brave. There's no need to cry, Belle, please.
My last candle flame burned out.
What?
The house. Hung on to it through everything. In my mind, now this. It's like that poem, you know.
No, Belle, please.
And all my little candle flames burned out. The poem. John, nothing else. Last candle flame here.
Just what do you think you're doing, Belle?
Times like these, I miss home, eh? Someday, maybe I'll teach Eva to type.
I want you to stop, Belle.
For goodness sake, John, just because I can't type well, and don't have your mind for neat, precise little lists.
Stop, Belle.
What is it?
Let's see that. I thought so. You're setting up the February Girls' Bible School.
Yes, I am.
I don't think you should attempt it.
Silly.
I mean it.
I took 2 months to get the house straightened up. Now I don't have anything to do with my time.
Except get my meals and wash and iron and teach your Bible class. I don't think you should add another full-scale month-long Bible school. It's very unwise.
For goodness sake, John, I'm not the only 40-year-old woman that ever had a baby.
You're probably one of the few 40-year-old American women who's had a baby stuck off here in the mountains in Southeast Asia.
I'm Canadian, not American.
Listen to me, Belle.
You listen to me, John Kuhn, immovable object. I have every intention of having a girls' Bible school in February and a baby in August, and I'm even thinking of slipping in a boys' Bible school in March.
say the setting sun will see him hammer last nail in roof, young Simu.
Do you remember my Lisu name, Eva?
Mama.
I like that better. You tell the workman. Never mind. But he certainly hasn't hurried with our dormitory roof.
Great sadness if none come to girl Bible school, none to sleep under roof.
We'll trust the Lord for that, Eva. We did our part. We invited the girls.
Not one promise of I come.
That's no reason for us not to be ready. They'll be here, Eva. Pray especially for the girls on the West Bank. They're always the brightest ones.
Now, Belle, there's rain on the lower slopes, and you can see for yourself that the peaks are covered with snow clouds.
I see the clouds.
Well, don't get upset if nobody comes. West Bank girls would have 20 miles of muddy roads and a river to cross. I don't think any of them will try it.
You were wrong, John. 13 enrolled tonight. We have 13 sleeping in our dorm.
From the West Bank?
Not yet, John. The West Bank girls aren't here yet.
Mama, come quick outside. Put your eyes across the river.
Yes?
Watch lower trail. Little dots.
People!
Line of little dots moves to Oak Flat Bible School.
Girls, come out. We'll go and meet them. Watch out. It's muddy. Take a shawl. Come on. We'll make the river before they do. Come on, girls.
Chloe, Lydia, Maddie, we're so glad to see you.
Oh, come on. Come on up to the church for hot tea. The success of the girls' school clearly gives me the Lord's blessing in our Bible school for teenage boys.
I would strongly advise against it, Belle. In your condition, here it's March. The baby's due in the summer. Bad judgment to take on extra work and worry.
So sorry, Mama. Understand you need cook, but must leave.
You can't. I have more than 20 boys arriving next week.
Bride homesick. Must leave for home tomorrow. So sorry.
Belle, the postmaster's just left Oak Flats. He's convinced the Japanese will walk into the village any day. Chinese soldiers are already guarding the ferry crossing. I think this dooms your school opening tomorrow.
76 boys registered. Think of that, John. 76 young Lisu cowhands who might never have heard of Jesus Christ. They're tucked away in our dormitory, all ready for Bible class tomorrow. April 1943. Dear prayer partners in the States, before the boys' Bible school ended, word came that the Japanese had arrived at Pien Ma Pass. Overhead, the plains are seen daily, once a dogfight, but we finished in peace. A spiritual battle contested at every step, but now finished, attained. Praise God.
Well, Daniel. Well, Daniel Kuhn. And so we conclude Chapter 8 of Beautiful Upon the Mountains, the transcribed story of John and Isobel Kuhn. This is another in the series, Stories of Great Christians, produced by the Department of Broadcasting of the Moody Bible Institute in Chicago.